Okay, so, hi, hello, welcome back to another Creepypasta story video. Today, Creepypasta we're going to be reading is called The 12th Floor, but before we get into it, I do want to say a few things. First off, this video is a one take, so if you do hear me stumble, mumble, fumble, and mess up my words, I am sorry, this is a one take. I do have something to edit my videos, but I haven't tried to edit my videos just yet because, I still have to figure out how to really record on Azure recording software, so it's gonna be kind of weird. But second thing I do want to say, please consider using code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. It is code GOONS, so use that to get 10% off at checkout. Gamersubs is equivalent of Kool-Aid for adults that have caffeinated and non-caffeinated versions of the drinks. And if that interests you, go check them out. The link is at top of the description. Okay, so outside of that, let's get into it. This creepypasta is called The 12th Floor. Living on the 12th floor wasn't bad. The view over the busy city was pleasant to look at. The only problem was those elevators. I have bad sinuses, you see, and the pressure of the descending quickly gives me headaches. But it passes, so it's an easy sacrifice. I waited for the elevator to arrive on my floor, and it always takes a while. After a couple of minutes, I got impatient and started fumbling around with my pockets, while I was fondling with my keys specifically. I realized one of the elevators had already arrived. Wide open, and it was wide open even. I hadn't heard the ping of the floor indicator nor the doors creaking open, but I shrugged it off and went inside. I should have left right then and taken the stairs. The air inside the elevator was immediately dense. It was hot and sticky. The faint stench of onions tickled at my nostrils, but I figured that it was just some dirty neighbor's lingering odor. Again, I noticed the doors had moved without me seeing them, and that warm, natural light was now gone. The elevator jumped for a second before descending, the creaking of the walls and cable jolting my nerves. The pressure in my ears slowly began to build, although this time, it gradually formed into a horrible migraine, pushing in on my temples. The trip was taking much longer than expected, and I was very eager to get off this fucking thing. But it just kept rattling, and it went further and further down. The floor indicator read 12. How was that possible? The elevator was obviously broken, and suddenly I feared that it would drop. Suddenly, the lights flickered out and died, leaving me in complete darkness. The air was getting noticeably heavier, and the smell of decaying fruit filled my nose and mouth. It was almost too much to bear. I began to cough and gag. I needed to escape, but so I began banging on the walls, shouting and screaming out for help, but to no avail, and there was no reply. It was as if the metal casing had taken me somewhere else. The elevator suddenly bounced and lurched to a stop. The sound of its shrieking brakes echoed through the shaft. The indicator displayed a bright red G, that's the only light I can see. How long had it taken? And it didn't matter. At least I was about to get out. The door shuddered and crept open, and there was barely any light in what looked like the lobby, but I could make out something wet coating the walls. A red, spongy fungus, and there was no people in sight. Only a few discarded items of clothing, bags, and groceries. I could just make out a large black hole in the center of the large hall, emanating from the gaping maw that there was a heavy sound of something breathing. I slowly ventured out into the dark room, the floor squishing beneath my steps. I felt a slight breeze coming from just ahead, so I inched forward to discover the source. Something behind me clinked. I spun around to see a mug rolling on a table, and what looked like a pale foot disappear into the doorway. Quiet tapping echoed all around me. Wherever I am not alone. So, that was the 12th floor. Hopefully you all enjoyed Creepypasta. Honestly, I don't know why. The Creepypasta was made back in 2010, but honestly, I thought it was probably going to try to link to the back rooms, but I'm glad it kind of didn't. But yeah, that's all for. Yet again, I apologize for my horrible reading sometimes. My brain just can't comprehend what I'm reading sometimes. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. That's why it's one take, so that's why I always say, for me, fumble, mumble, and mess up my words, I am sorry. But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Links are down below if you want to follow me anywhere else. And yeah, use code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. You get 10% off on any purchase you make. And if people use the code MORE, you get more discounts. It might be 25 or 20 one day. Who knows? But yeah, I don't have anything else to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.